Well, once again, Merry Craftmas and July Craftaholics. I'm Peggy. Welcome to the studio. If this is your first time stopping by, so glad you found me here. And why don't you, while we're chit-chatting, why don't you click on that little red subscribe button that's down in the corner? Yep, that's the one. Click on that, and that way you become part of my family of Craftaholics. And when the little bell icon appears, be sure to click that to bring the drop-down menu out and click on all. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video. And while we're at it, if everybody could just click on the like button, it will really help my channel grow here on YouTube. Okay, what we're here for today, we are going to make some Christmas cards. And we're going to make some easy cards that just look great. And I am using this hot buy pad I got last year at Michael's called Christmas Farmhouse. And the reason I chose this pad is in it, there are a lot of really great pages. If I can get, I even marked them when I can't find the darn pages. A lot of really good pages of cut-aparts in this. And there's even little tags. And my favorite sheet to work with a lot of the time is one of these, like the strip sheet. A lot of people use it as one sheet of paper, but I love to cut it apart. And you can get accent pieces for pretty much any project you're making. So, with all that said, let me put this aside. And I'm going to get a little sip of water. Give me 1 second. Okay, that was about 3. We are going to start with the easiest card. And we're going to make, it's a regular note card size, which is 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. And these are great. This is a great size to make, because if you have a page of 8 1/2 by 11, cut it in half, and you have 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. And then I am going to be using this sheet that it's just, I love the pattern. But it's going to be an easy one to fill the front of our card if we really don't know what else to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of line my card up kind of with the design, like up and down as best as I can. And I'm going to make a little tick mark each place where my card base is. And now, I don't want to completely cover up my card base. What I like to do is leave anywhere from a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch border, so you see just a little bit of the white. Some people leave a 1/4 of an inch. It's prerogative, really. So play around with it and see which one you prefer. And there you go. Okay, I'm going to line up my tick mark with right about at 4 inches. Yeah, I'm going to go 4 inches, because we know it has to be 4 inches because it's 4 1/4 across. So let's cut there. And that was cut short a little bit, I think. It looks good to me. Okay, let's put this aside. And now I'm going to cut where my little tick marks are. And they're kind of hard to see. Okay, I know that that is the end of the card. So I'm going to go up about 1/8 of an inch. Or you can even cut on your little mark and then just kind of trim it down. And again, I'm going to, if this blind old lady here can find her tick marks, I'm going to go to that one again and just about 1/8 of an inch. So now, it should, okay, well, we line up really good side to side, but see, I still need to trim a little bit off of each end. You just trim it in little, like in small increments until you're happy with what you have. And I'm just going to cut off a couple little odd looking pieces that were hanging around there at the bottom and the top. Okay, looks good to me. So I'm going to take some glue, and I have really been loving using the Fabri-Tac by Beacon. It really does not warp your paper at all. So it's really, really good for like I said, I've been enjoying using it, but you can use tape if you have it, or you can use another adhesive if you have it. I also have some art glitter glue that I'll be using. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around each art on my fingers and smush some around. Just going to wipe that there. Ugh. And then we're just going to take our panel and we are going to line it up the best that we can. And I like using glue because you get a little extra wiggle room, like to move things around if you don't like exactly where it's sitting. Okay, there is our front. And it looks a little bland. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add, let's see, I got some bling. I think we'll add some red bling. And I'm just going to dot. Well, I like to use glue as an insurance policy when I put down like the adhesive gems. My glue's been giving me a hassle today. Just to make sure they stay in place. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dot, put a couple little dots in a few places. And that's going to kind of be where my gems go. But not kind of, it is going to be where my gems go. How do you like them apples? Okay. Hopefully I have enough small ones. I think I do. And these gems, I get these at Walmart. Michael's also carries some. Although my store hasn't really replenished them in a while. It's kind of dwindling down. I really hope they're not getting rid of them. But another idea, real quick, so that doesn't dry on me. At Dollar Tree, they have sets of these stickers in the craft area. It comes in the colors and it comes in black and white. And although they're attached, you can cut them apart and you get all kinds of little jemmies for like $1. It's a really, really good deal there. I get a lot of supplies at Dollar Tree, actually. And I know I'm not the only one. And they are getting a lot better quality than they used to have, so I'm loving it. Okay. I know this is not sponsored by Dollar Tree, trust me. It would be nice, but no, it's not. Okay, let me, last couple little gems here. And this glue will dry clear, so you won't see anything on the card at all. And I see that how just adding a few little pieces of bling, it makes the whole front of that card light up. Okay, let me hold it closer in case you can't see that. See, just a little bit. That's all you need to do. Okay. And then on the inside, you're free to write your sentiment or a little note. Okay, now for an envelope, you can use store-bought envelopes. Where did mine go? I had them handy and now I have lost them. Okay, there they are. But what I have found, the majority of cardstock is not really white. It's more like a vanilla kind of a white. So I mean, here is the card. Yeah, in contrast to an envelope, you can see a difference. So instead of using a white envelope, if you have an envelope punch board, perfect time to make one. And I will show you how. And a real quick one. I chose a nice deep red that will match the card. And now when I use my envelope punch board, I don't go by the numbers. This happens to be a 1, 2, 3 punch board. I can make envelopes, bows, and boxes. I don't go by what they say. I actually have a program on my phone, which I'm recording on, so I can't show you. But I have a program where you can punch in the size envelope you want, and it gives you really, really good measurements. Sorry, guys, I needed a drink. So when I do, this is called an A2 size card. When I do an envelope for an A2, the sizes I use are 8 1/8 squared. And then I am going to, let me open up my punch board, get my little stylus out. Probably not the best thing to do it on this, but hey, it's okay. So 8 1/8 squared, And then I'm going to punch at 3 5/8 for my first punch. And then go ahead and follow that down. So you're getting a little lesson in using a punch board. Okay. And then what I do is I turn it around completely to the other side. And I will go back to 3 5/8. And I will do another punch. And I will score that. And I try to go really in so it gets, my score goes all the way to where the tab is. And now when you turn it, you can line up your score line with what's underneath. You can also make sure it lines up right here where the score line is. I'm going to punch again and go in there. And then turn it around and do the same. You can also gently run it in there, just make sure you buy the groove. Everything looks good. Punch. And go ahead and trace. And then you have a little corner rounder built in, to every punch board. And I just use that I use it on every corner. I know it only needs to be on 2 of them, but you know, what the heck, it's there. I'm going to use it. Okay. Put this back in. I lose these little bone folders all the time for my punch boards. Okay, put that over there. Get rid of my little, attempt to get rid of my scraps. Okay. So now you are left with this. Now we scored this way, so we're going to flip it over. And from there, I'm going to start by folding in my sides gently. And where is my, oh, there it is, my bone folder. This is a Teflon bone folder. It doesn't mark paper. Sometime when you use one, you can get kind of a shine. This prevents that completely. Okay. I'm going to fold up. And then I'm just going to, before I glue anything down, just going to kind of hold my card so you can see it's going to fit beautifully right in this envelope. And what I do is I take some regular glue and I'm going to glue a bit up here. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. Fold that up, glue that shut. And if you happen to get some glue on your paper, you can just use an adhesive eraser. Sometimes you may need to wait for the glue to dry before it will come off completely, which is what I'm going to have to do with that. But if you don't like the little piece here sticking out, you can also fold this down. But that's all you need. Fold it over this way. And even if it's a lickable envelope, I have not licked an envelope since 1984. Anyway, you just seal it, put a little seal if you want to, and there you go. And remember, always have like a white gel pen in your arsenal, stash, arsenal, whatever you want to call it, to write on darker colors. And there's card 1, pretty easy peasy. Okay, our next card. Dun, 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 is going to be, now I'm going to be working with 5x7s, and this, sadly, you only get one out of a piece of paper, but it's all good. It's all good in the end. Or you can actually buy pre-made bases. Okay, for this one, I think I grabbed one too many. I did. I grabbed one too many. Jeez. This is going to be another easy one. What I'm going to do is, you can see how it kind of looks like lost on the white. So what we're going to do, first thing to do, is I'm going to glue this onto here. Okay. Let's see. It's just going to be another little basic card. I'm just, if I can, if my glue will cooperate. Let me get fabric tack down here. Now I'm going to kind of set this up a little bit so I can see. I'm going to give this a little more of a space than the other one. I'm going to give this one about 1/4 of an inch around. Just because there's no other paper going on there, just these. Okay. And then I'm just going to take it right over here and trim off the excess. And attempt to get an even border. And you know, if you don't get an even border the first draw, just take a little bit at a time off until you get it where you like. Okay, so we have this now. And now when we lay it on the card, it has a little more pop to it. So again, I'm going to glue this right on the front. And like I said, these are so easy to make, but they look really great when you're done with them. Okay, now let me center this on the front of this card base. And you don't have to use white. You can use whatever card base you would like. If you use something darker, though, I would probably put some white behind. But you'll see coming up, we're going to be doing one of those in just a minute. Okay, there's that one. And now again, a little bit more. Now I've got this other cut apart that is just blank. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue this directly into the card. You can also put red underneath it. Well, let's see how that would look, if it would look better with red underneath it or not. Inside. No, not because of that corner. Don't like it. Okay. We are going to put some more glue on this one. And I'm going to center it on this side of our card. There we go. Now you have a place to write your sentiment. And then on this side, I die cut. These are so teeny. There goes my glue. My glue is not cooperating lately. It seems like the lower in the bottle it gets, the more it decides to act up. Okay. I die cut a couple, if I can pick it up, my goodness. This is a die I got about 3 years ago, I think, from Diamond Press. And it's very, very thin, but it's very, very cute. And it just says Merry Christmas. And I'm thinking, you know, I might put one of those on that side. I think that looks neat. So let me go take my art glitter glue. And I'm not going to put glue everywhere. I'm just going to put, hope you guys can see me. I'm trying to stay in frame. I even have painter's tape marking where the edge of my film area is, but okay. See, you don't have to put a lot, just enough to hold it down. And I will put that on a, whoop, bounce back there, little dude. There we go. Put that on a diagonal. And then when this dries, any glue that's left, residue that's left behind, I can just use my little eraser. Because things like this, they're really, really hard to, just because it's so thin. And I have tried with a Xyron machine, the sticker maker, to do this, and it's still just so thin. It's just a little difficult to work with, but they look great. I like it. Okay, there's my dots of glue, and I will put this one right about there. Okay. And just to give it a little something, I know it's got a little dot above the eye, but we are going to put just one little, I'm going to use the red again. Oh, no, I'm not, because I don't have any little ones left. I will use gold, because we have gold in the card. Gonna kind of dot that eye with a little piece of bling. There you go. Once again, nice card that's finished. Easy peasy again on the card making. You can also, let's see, on the front, if you have some different bling that will fit, you can put bling on the berries, or you can leave it plain. It's whatever you'd like to do. And now I have an envelope. I just have pre-made envelopes for this slice that I got somewhere. And they're from an Anna Griffin kit. There's card number 2. Okay. Oops. I keep hitting stuff. Goodness gracious. Okay. And our next one is going to have a little more in it. Let's see. I have already taken... I know I haven't. I thought I put... Okay. Stop. Breathe. Think. Okay. I've already started this video 30 times, so I'm not going to stop it just for one little boo-boo. So bear with me, people. Okay. I love the Santa Farm Fresh Christmas tree. So cute. And what we're going to do with him, I'm going to take one of the papers that I think is perfect. Let me put that aside. I'm going to cut it down to make a mat for this card. And 5 by 7. So I am going to go 4 3/4 wide. Put that aside there. And I'm going to go 6 3/4 high. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to glue this piece right onto the front. Get some of my Fabri-Tac. Oh, goodness. So I don't know how many cards you guys had to make. Don't have a lot, but I have a really cool idea for my cards this year, which I can't wait to share with you guys when they're done. But it's going to take me a while, so I kind of need to start on them soon. Okay. So there we are, all lined up there. And then even though this has a red border, it still kind of gets lost on that background. So I'm going to take some 65-pound white cardstock. Oops, sorry guys, that was pretty loud. And I'm going to put a border around this see, I keep doing it now. Around this cut apart, which we know it's 4 by 6. So I'm going to make it tall. I'm going to make it 6 1/4. And I'm going to go 4 1/4 wide. That'll give me that 1/8 of an inch border. Like that. So we're going to glue Santa down. Come on, Fabri-Tac. I need to get a new bottle. Okay, we will center Santa. Plop him down. Kind of scooch him around a little bit, get him centered really well. There we go. Okay, I'm going to get my card. And see, just by adding that little white border, it makes it pop right off the card. Okay, so we're going to put some glue on the back of this and glue it down as well. Now, come on. Don't embarrass me, glue. Jeez. Okay. And then we will center Santa right onto that panel. And there we go. Looks pretty cute, huh? And let's see. Is that with that? Okay. We are done with the front of this card. And then again, you're open to write your sentiment here or stamp one. And we're going to find one of these strips. Well, and that looks really cute because it's got even the buffalo check in the back. Let's see. You know, it looks like Merry and Bright will fit. So let me cut that down. Oh, and this is a Fisker's Precision trimmer. I absolutely love it. I saw Jennifer from Genevieve Designs use one, and I love it. It's awesome. And I got mine on Amazon for really good price. Normally they're like $130 in the store. I think I got mine for 80 something, I think, on Amazon. Okay. And let's check that and see how that's looking. Still a little too wide. Okay, let's see. Cut a little more here. And this gives you a really good clean cut. I just love it. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that will fit. That would definitely fit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna glue it kind of right up there, not directly in the center, just a little bit down. My glue doesn't usually do this to me, but it's getting empty, so of course it's acting up. Okay. Gonna kind of go probably up here. Okay. And now if you had another one of the cut aparts that has a lot of space to write on, you could put that on this side. But there's a spot to stamp or sign, write your sentiment. And that little extra something on the inside. Okay. And you can also bling the outside, or what I like to do, this is called Wink of Stella, and it just puts this amazing, amazing shimmer on things. So what I'm going to do, this is a clear one, I'm just going to go wherever there's either fur or Santa's beard. And I'm just going to give that a little special glow and twinkle. And these, I just got it on Amazon. I actually got a set with clear gold and silver. And I just prefer the clear. I like it a lot better. It's more of a subtle little shimmer than the other ones, or they're very bold. From his boots. I'm not going to do the white writing because I'm just doing any little beard board where there is fur. Let me see if, I'm not sure if it's going to come across on the card well, but there's definitely a little shimmer on there. And I think it's just enough to make it stand out. I'm not going to put this one in an envelope just because that Wink of Stella still has to dry. So I'm just going to sit it right on top of one. Lovely Christmas card to send someone. Okay, and now, wow, let me fix my glue again. It is really getting out of hand today. Okay. Now the last one is going to have a little hidden spot where you can put either a gift card or money, but not like your typical money card. Okay, so I am using, this is my background paper, which I think it's really, really pretty, just with the 2 shades of green. And then this is my cut apart, and I have already backed it up on a piece of white to give it a little bit of a border. And see, again, now you can see just how lovely they pop. So let's get this put down. Yeah, maybe I will just use my art glitter glue. Let's see. They're both acting up today. Okay. You glue this one down. And if you buy art glitter glue or like reptile glue or any of these thinner white glues, be sure that you buy a fine tip for it. It helps it flow a lot easier and a lot less because they can really pour out of their bottles. I'm going to center this on my white base. A little less wiggle room with this kind of glue than there is with the Fabri-Tac, but there we go. Nice and centered. And now I'm going to glue down my Merry Little Christmas. And when you start making these at home, you kind of get in a groove, and kind of like you do all the bases together, and it goes really, really quickly. Isn't that just a purty? All nice and poppable. And again, you can, where there's snow on the truck, I will put some Winka Stella. Stella! That's what I always want to do when I say Winka Stella, but I guess I just showed my age, didn't I? That's all good. Just give that snow a little shimmer. There we go. I mean, you can shimmer the words. You can do whatever you'd like. I just like to do a little touch of it. Okay, so we're going to put this aside now. And on the inside, sorry guys, I got to get drink water again. My mouth is really dry today. And I don't know why. This was one of the tags that came in the collection. And I want to take this. Oh, I got some gold on the end. I'm not the best at like freehand cutting. Okay. Let's get that off there. Okay. I want to use this. We're going to put a pocket on the back of this. And that is where the gift card will sit. So, first thing, they did not put holes through. They just like marked where they should be. So, I'm going to use, this is, We Are Memory Keepers. It is, it's actually a eyelet setter, but it also has hole punches. There is 3/16 and 1/8 of an inch. And I think the 3/16 will be good to punch right through this. At least I'm hoping it will. Yep, and a little crooked. No big deal. Okay. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do, I liked this paper. I thought it looked really good along with that one. I am going to, let's see how wide this is. It is 3 inches wide. So I'm going to cut a strip of this 4 inches. Hold on, guys. Okay. I cut a strip 4 inches wide. That gives me a 1/2 inch to make a little kind of a gusset, so it has a little movable room. Okay. And then height-wise, well, let me see. Let me find. Okay, here we go. I have one of my grocery store reward cards, same size as the gift card. We're going to want to put it about there. So I guess right about that, which would be I guess I'll go up about 3 inches as well. So again, now I'm going to go 3.5 inches because I only need a gusset on the bottom. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my little teeny tiny scoreboard. And excuse me, with my pencil bone folder, I am going to score 1/2 inch on 3 of the edges. Oops. Things are slippery sliding everywhere. Okay. And before I cut and fold anything, I'm just going to look and make sure, yep, looks about the right size. And now, again, because of the pattern, it's easier to look on the back. We need to do a little bit of cutting. Let me find my medium scissors. And all we're going to do is going to cut in right over the score line. We can actually go right up to the crisscross of the score line and then cut down just to get rid of some bulk. So right to the middle of the score line and swoosh. And then we're going to take each end up top here and go on the inside of the score line and just cut down a little bit. Okay. So now it looks like this. I can't believe I've done a whole video sitting on my paper trimmer. That's kind of funny. Okay. Now we're going to fold in, and where is this? Fold our sides in. Fold the bottom up, and just make sure again that's going to fit on the tag. And it actually looks a little wide. So I'm just going to kind of bring one side in. Try to do it manually. Just bring it in just a little bit. Okay. Just changing my score line. Just a tad. Now let me see. Once again. Whoop, that doesn't matter which way. Yeah, I think we could still go a little bit more in. I just don't want this showing from the front. I don't want you to see it like right away. I want it to be kind of hidden. Okay, that's much better. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on each side there and glue that down that way. Let me fix this score line again. If you have little pieces from moving it that stick out at the bottom, just trim it off a little bit. Not enough to make a hole, but enough to make it just look pretty good. Okay. Just to tack these sides down. I'm going to put there, a little bit there. Normally this is where I would use tape, but I've actually run out of tape, and I'm waiting for Amazon to bring me some. So doing the advent calendar, I've run out of tape. So that project, we will be finishing that next week. On Tuesday and Thursday, I will have videos up finishing up that project. And I'm just going to line it up from the bottom. Bring it up. Looks like my one little slide's a little bit crooked. There you go. Okay. All I do is put my bone folder and kind of pulled it a little bit to cover the rest of the white. So now we've got a spot on the back where you can plop a gift card or money. If you have cash, I'd probably put like a little thumb pull in. You know, we could even do it for this. I should have done it sooner. Let's see. I don't know if I can get my 1-inch punch in there, honestly. Okay, just take like a 1-inch punch, hopefully kind of center it. There. Now you have a thumb pull. So if it does happen to go down a little more, it's easier to grab onto. And I'm just going to glue that a little bit more because it came up hard. And of course, do that before you attach the pocket to the tag to make life a lot easier for yourself. I just got like my circle punches. Isn't that pathetic? But I just got my first circle punches. So I kind of seem to forget to add thumb pulls where there should be. All right, if you can hear my dog. I had the door. Hold on, I'm going to have to put you guys on pause for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. It was some of my glue. Tape, the rest is coming tomorrow. Anyway, Amazon. Okay, we have our little pocket on the back of our tag. And I'm going to take some red or maybe some gold. Gold would be cute. Just to put a little ribbon through the hole there. That is more than you'll ever need. Okay, put that back. I guess if you had twine, you could probably do that as well, since it is, if you're using a paper pack like this, since it is farmhousey, I think that would look really, really nice. Okay, so I'm going to fold my ribbon in half. This hole's a little farther down than I usually make on a tag, so we'll see how this looks. Hopefully it will look good. Okay, put it through to the back, and then I just grab those and pull. That's fine. And then you got a little pull. Frankie. Francis. He still thinks that the Amazon guy is out there. Now this ribbon doesn't really like to stay, apparently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my fabric tag. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to try the glitter glue. Enough! Sorry, guys. Francis. See what I put up with? Okay. I am going to put a little bit of glue right in there where they... Frankie! Dude, I'm working. He doesn't care. Put some there. Now I'm going to put a little bit actually on the tag behind it to kind of tack it down on each. Frankie. I love him, but sometimes. Anyway, when that dries, I can take the other little, I can clean it up a little bit, but it will hopefully dry with this in place. And it just slid. There we go. Okay. Put the pin back in here. I'm just going to cut the ends a little bit. Just kind of fishtail them here. Well, not really fishtail. You know what I mean. There we go. Okay. That part is done. Now I'm going to use the same paper, and on the inside of our card, I think I'm going to, I think what we'll do, let's see, let me cut a piece that is, let me start with a piece that's 5 by 7. That'll be easiest, I think. And then cut down from there. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it down another, like 1.5 inches shorter. So I'd do it 3.5 inches. I think I just made a boo-boo. Actually, that will also work. And I'm going to put it in my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to cut it at a little bit of an angle, this way, to give kind of a pocket. And I'm just going to glue this around the edges, glue it down. Okay. So just a thin bead of glue around the outside here. Now you can also do it where you give it like an extra inch wide, another ½ inch long, and actually fold it up and make a pocket. But this, I think, will be fine. I'm actually going to move it up because I'm going to put something below it. So I'm going to actually put it up about an inch from the bottom or so. Okay. There we go. There's that. And that is where our tag will go in. And they're going to think, oh, a tag, yay. And then when they take it out, on the back will be the gift card. And this you can fold in so it doesn't pop out. But at the bottom, that looks cute. Okay, let me cut that at like probably just under 5 inches. So you don't ever want to go over your score lines in the middle, because then your card won't close. So I'm going to put that down at the bottom. Okay. And then if you had like a stamp, you could stamp something else. I think we'll put Merry Christmas. Another Merry Christmas up there. We can actually out. Do we want to put it here? Yeah, let's do that. That way, if you have a stamp, you can stamp on this side. I am really new on the stamping part, and I make a big mess when I do it. So that's why I'm not doing it right now. I'm actually relying on my friend Jean, she's Beauty and the Stamper here on YouTube. I am going to have her come over one day and have her teach me all the basics of stamping and whatnot. I even have a heat gun, but every time I try to use it, like, I burn stuff. So, it's just something I've never done. Okay, we're going to try to center him a little bit better than this. There we go. And I have got glue all over my fingers. Okay, let's see. It did not go down as smoothly as I would have liked it to, but I can always clean that up again with my little eraser, my little adhesive eraser, when it dries completely. And then here is the Mary. Oh, sorry guys, I keep going out of frame. So you don't put a piece of painter's tape there so I would know where to stop. But I haven't been paying attention to the painter's tape apparently. Okay, and we would just kind of center the Mary right there above it. Like I said, once that dries, I can clean that up a bit. And there's the inside of another awesome card. Like I said, if you have, stamps, you can stamp a sentiment or a decoration or whatever. So this one gets our little tag in the pocket. There we go. Close that up. And it is a little close to my score line. I can feel it because it's trying to push the card up. So I just go back in and just kind of reaffirm score line there. So everything is perfect. And then we will find it an envelope as well. For this little baby. And there you go. A few cards, very simple, and yet really cool look. Really cool looking. Wow. Okay. If you like this video and my craziness, please subscribe to my channel. Click on the icon, the bell icon, and click all so you see everything that I upload. And also please like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.